The National Association of Realtors recently released a survey asking 2024 home shoppers about the most difficult part about buying a home. The number one challenge? Finding the right home. Yes, even more challenging than saving for the down payment or navigating the mortgage process. Finding the right home was the number one most difficult thing for home buyers.
No way. Yes way, Ted!
As new home sales pros, that's exactly what we're supposed to help buyers do. Find the right home. But what happens when they ask for something that you don't have? Maybe they want a primary suite on the first level and you don't have that layout, or a specific cabinet color that you're sold out of. Or maybe they want a basement. Suddenly you're thinking, we don't have that, so now what? When do I tell them? Here's the deal. Don't let one missing feature shut down your discovery. Don't get flustered. Instead, get curious. Let me share a story about a salesperson I observed in South Carolina, where most new construction homes are built on slab or crawl space foundations. Basements? They're only available on certain walkout home sites, and they usually come with a pretty hefty price tag. Some communities don't have that option at all. The buyer called in and asked, "Do you have any homes with a basement?" And the salesperson, she could have responded with, "Nope, sorry." But instead, she said, "Talk to me about why a basement's important to you." Boom, she opened the door for discovery. The buyer shared that they were coming from a home in the Northeast and that in their current home, they used their basement as both a media room and for extra storage, two things they really didn't want to give up when they relocated to South Carolina. Now, the salesperson didn't stop there. She continued to be curious. She asked, "Tell me about your media room now. What does that ideal setup look like?" The buyer described a separate space that had surround sound speakers, a wet bar, and all kinds of things for entertaining. It sounded pretty awesome.
Like a man cave.
Then the salesperson circled back and dug deeper into the storage situation. And it turns out most of what the customer wanted was extra space for their seasonal decorations. Decorating for the holidays was really important for their family. Now, because the sales pro asked the right questions, she understood the full picture, the why behind the basement's importance. And with that insight, she pivoted.
Pivot!
She said, "Hey, in this community, basements aren't actually an option, but I hear what you're looking for. If I had a home that gave you all of the features you want, space for that separate media room and room for a cool bar, and even an oversized garage for your seasonal storage, could that potentially work for you?" The buyer responded with, "Yeah, I'd be open to that."
We have a winner!
Here's the takeaway. Don't get stuck on what a buyer says they want. Get curious and figure out why they want it. Think of it like this. There's more than one way to get to 10. You can do 5 and 5, but you can also do 2 plus 8. Same principle here. There are multiple ways to get to what that buyer needs. Your job is to help them figure out those possibilities. Here are 4 steps to handling a buyer's impossible request. Step 1, ask why that feature is important to them. Dig into how they use that feature now and what their ideal version of this looks like. Step 2, get insanely curious about the rest of the home as well. Discover everything else that they will need in their future home. Don't offer a solution too fast or too soon. First, try to get an understanding of the full picture. Step 3, pivot and present your alternatives. Once you understand all of the buyer's needs, you can ask, would you be open to a different way to get what you're looking for? Most buyers are going to say yes. And number 4, if all else fails and you really don't have an alternate solution that could work, present the best possible fit. So for example, let's just say the homeowner wants a primary bedroom on the first floor and you don't have any floor plans that fit the bill. What you might have to do is finish all of the rest of your discovery and just tell them at the end, I do have a home that fits 90% of what you're looking for. The only thing is the primary bedroom is upstairs. Everything else seems to be a match though. Is that close enough? Would you still want to go see it?
Show me.
Let the buyer decide how important that one feature really is to them. Remember, it doesn't have to be the perfect home to be the right home. And we know for the buyers, at least the ones in the survey that the National Association of Realtors put out, the biggest challenge for home buyers right now isn't financing or the mortgage process, it's finding the right home. And that's where you come in. Your job isn't to just sell a house. It's to guide buyers through their options, help them prioritize what really matters, and show them possible solutions, even the ones they haven't yet considered. So the next time a buyer throws you a curveball, don't get flustered, get curious. You might just help them find the right home in a way that they never expected. Thanks for joining me on today's 5-minute sales training. Now get out there and change someone's world.